Today's topic is, what is talent? I keep talking about talent as being the true expression of yourself, which that is what it is. But I'm gonna get into more detail of what it actually is, because people seem to think that it's something that, oh, you discover you have a talent, right? That's the normal way of doing things. Oh, you discover you have a talent, or this kid has a talent, or whatever, and then you have the responsibility to work hard to develop it. Or is that the word that they use, like develop it, or just, it's not expanding it, but I think developing it is mostly kind of what you think of, but you're trying to control it. But that's not the actual thing that you want to do, because they teach you how to control it, and by doing that you're actually limiting it and killing it. What you're controlling it is kind of like having a dog on a leash, and the talent is the dog, and the leash is helping you so the dog doesn't run wild and do whatever the fuck it wants, and you use it, you know how to use it this is such a weird analogy, but we're gonna go with it if this came to mind. And in order to not run wild, you're gonna use a leash, right? And what you're doing is you keep strangling it more and more, because the talent wants to go wild and free, because that's what talent actually is. It's all about expressing your true self. It has spunk, it has edginess, it has whatever it has for you, but it has the courage to say something and to stand for something. And the more wild it gets, the more panicky you get, because what the fuck is happening, like a dog when he's getting all worked up about seeing another dog or whatever distraction, and he wants to go, and you hold him back and you start to strangle him. And so you're actually strangling your talent by trying to do what people tell you to do. You are strangling your talent. You are killing your talent. And we've talked about this in a live. Actually, I don't think I did a video on how hard work is killing your talent. That's gonna be for another video. Now this talent, so think of talent as something that you have inside. Like, even start with this. Think, when you say about someone having a talent, when do you say that? When someone is able to do something that has no actual sense in them being able to do that certain thing. Meaning that they're doing something without the knowledge to back it up. And so talent is something that it's kind of like, it feels like a cheat, and it's not supposed to be there. It's an ability that you have and it's not supposed to be there. Like if I start playing the guitar right now, and maybe I'm gonna be a bit weird about it at first, but in a few minutes, even in a few hours, and if in a few days I learn an actual complicated song, and I improve too fast. When I improve too fast and I'm too good at something, too good meaning more than what logic can comprehend, that's when you say about someone that is talented. So talent is something, it does feel like a cheat. That's why I actually called, one of the reasons why I called my group, Talent is Your Mistress. It's all about cheating in a good way. It feels like a cheat because talent is not boxed in what's irrational and what's logic. It's way more than that. It's like intuition. Intuition has no logic. It's just something that you know without knowing how you know. And that's why trust is so important. Trusting your talent. Trusting that if this is the expression that you want to put out there, that's what you're gonna fucking do, because that's what your talent is telling you to do. So you have this ability that is not bound to logic, and it's not supposed to be there. You're too good at it. And you're trying to improve it by starting to be logical about it and to have a system and shit like that. It's not gonna work because they don't go together. Talent is all about freedom, and you're trying to box it in. Now, sure, you can improve it by practicing or by developing certain skills in the moment when you don't feel like you need those. So if you feel that you need those things, those exercises, this practice, that study, that whatever, in order to express your talent and get better, you are killing your talent. If you do them just because, like, when you already know the value of your talent and you know how to communicate with yourself and how to trust the expression that comes out of you, and you know you've milked everything that you could out of your abilities right now, and it's just about exploring a new step, like leveling up, like it just comes naturally, but you don't feel like you need that in order to get better. Do you see the difference in energy? That's when learning all this shit is good for you, when it's not crucial for you to have it. That's when it's actually helping you and it's not limiting you. So, talent is about freedom. Talent, you can also think about it as this dragon, because I firstly wanted to say a butterfly in a cage. But it's not a fucking butterfly, because you're not really afraid of butterflies. It's more like a dragon. It's more like something very powerful that you are afraid of it because it has so much power. And that's why you lock it in. And what I talk about, and chaos artistry, what I talk about, what we do in my group, and what I'm all about, is unlocking that fucking cage, letting the dragon come out, and seeing that it's not there to harm you. It's not about you controlling the dragon. It's not about you controlling your talent. It's about understanding that you and the dragon are one. I should just stop the video right now. Like, seriously, that is the thing. You and your talent are one. You don't need to control it, and it does not control you. It's more like you're letting the channel open for the talent to come through you and express itself. I would say that it's more like a symbiosis. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but that's kind of what it is. So it's because it's not a collaboration, because you're not separate, you are one. It's just about accepting it, understanding it, accepting it, understanding this concept. So then you can go and accept it and start to actually like communicate with it in your own way, because everyone has their own way of doing it. But start embracing it and letting it show you what that talent is all about. Not you telling it what to do. You kill the freedom in that way, and then there is no more talent. People that are inexplicably good at something, it's because there is no pressure to it, and they are doing it out of pure curiosity, experimentation, and play. It's about playing. And when you take things like that, you start to improve so much more. It's about quantum leaps. When you have a strategy and a structure, yeah, you improve step by step, but you don't quantum leap. You cannot close a big gap, because it's bound to logic, and logic doesn't do that. When you leave it to magic and to possibility, you don't limit it. You just things that you cannot comprehend can happen. And when talking about talent, you can literally do shit that you didn't think you could if you start trusting yourself and trusting your talent. But you have to start to tune in to that frequency of your talent. So if you're committed to doing this and what I'm saying makes sense to you, join me in my free Facebook group, Talent is Your Mistress, or work with me one-on-one or in a group program that I've started, Chaos Artistry. Contact me for details in that case. See you. Bye, guys.